Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us this evening at a very still and calm Thursday evening at the fantastic surrounds of the Hong Kong Football Club here in Happy Valley, Hong Kong, as we take in this game of the week for the rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership, featuring on your screens at the moment Kowloon in the maroon and grey top versus Natixis Club, the Hong Kong Football Club, and the famous blue and white hoops. Kowloon, as you would have known after joining this broadcast over the last 2 weeks, have been on a storm of a run. First dispatching Valley, then winning the Bruni Quake over the Hong Kong Cricket Club at Aberdeen. Last week at the Rock, Shep Kip May, they clutched victory out of the jaws of defeat by taking out competition leaders Hong Kong Scottish by 1 point. And now they come to the football club to take on the club at home. And into midfield straight away they break. Kowloon, and look at them play with pace. It's been a hallmark of the game, and they're using good timing. They're a team with a lot of confidence at the moment. They play with very good enterprise, and the continuity is, well, a bit of a trademark. A tenacious, tough outfit, and certainly the combination from the football club tonight will be tested, and a win over Kowloon will stop their charge towards a league victory. Certainly 5 on the trot is something to, 4 on the trot is something to marvel at. And they've taken out the big names so far. Football club don't want to be a scalp, that's for sure. Penalty, the first of the match, offered to Kowloon by Tana Whip referee Matthew Rodden. One of the shining lights of the Hong Kong Referee Society elite program. Matty Rodden and Tim Baker, as well as Gabriel Lee, Doris Chow. Very good talent developing for the Hong Kong game. As we prepare now for penalty shot from number 10 in Kowloon, Jack Neville. He's been a name that's been on everybody's lips over the last 3 weeks as he continues a rich vein of form. Neville off the boot, hooks it away to the left of the uprights in front of the sportsman's bar. And the crowd, quite rightly at the sportsman's bar, what an ideal place to be. And we wish you a very good evening, wherever you're joining us from around the world. Wales, England, Scotland, New Zealand. As it comes back, Burry with the kick down range. Gathered in by Club. Of course, Club this year missing the services of Jamie Hood, but look at this man go, Mitchy Adams. Or Mitch Andrews, excuse me. From New Zealand. Very mobile, explosive hooker. And he's been one of the players for the Hong Kong Football Club that's really turned the ship after previous seasons. Strong competitor, good scrummager, but ball in hand he is dynamic, and he trots them in from a fair distance away when he gets going. So, the restart. Time to see how Club manifests some continuity. Melford to ground. They go wide again. Ball around the corner to Nate Terry. Club trying to prize an opening there. Great ball back from Afu. He had been playing his rugby in France until he came to Hong Kong last season, and he's another one of a core group of players within this football club squad that have made a very big impact on not just the performances, but the way that football club approach the game. Very, very competitive group of guys. The football club, the likes of Mitchie Andrews, Richard Melford at number 5, Marcus Slade, who's moved down the hill from the Hong Kong Cricket Club last season. There's number 10, Nate Terry, his kick from long range. Very effective and very good. 3 points. And the Natixis Hong Kong Football Club opened the scoring here at the rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership game of the week, 3-0. They lead the Loon. Well, we've seen Kowloon dominate bigger teams. We've seen them hang on for dear life, scratch out wins by a point. They're resilient. And in their 40th year, they are certainly giving the Lunatics something to hold on to. And of course, many, many players have been through the Kowloon Club over its 40 years. Some 170 gathered in London earlier in the year to celebrate the inception of the club. And as they watch on, they'll be delighted to see Kowloon on the front foot through Neville. He's particularly strong as he breaks his way out of the first tackle, and still they come the same way. Physical action by Andrews at the breakdown. Ollie Barkley steps in, long-ranging left foot. You're seeing plenty of that tonight from Ollie Barkley. Advantage from Matt Robin. And the attention too high in the contact. And this new directive for the referees is one of non-challenging, so anybody that's got a gripe will immediately get marched back 10 metres without any delay at all. So as the referees make the decision, that stands, and there will certainly be no conversation about it. We've seen this directive come in over the previous weeks on the broadcast. This club through Melford, bring it down. Marcus Slade to the 22. Page. One out. Food loitering. The Terry now lays it up. What a great kick. It's beautifully weighted. He just can't get it, or can they get it? No, they can't. Well, superb attacking option there by Nate Terry. Put in a sensational chip, and it did sit up, and perhaps it needed someone like, well, someone maybe a little bit taller to run onto it. Hong Kong Football Club certainly making all the play at present. Loon through Cunningham at 2. Quick out. And the exit play just down. Probably not far enough, but it's far enough away from the try line for Kowloon to breathe a little bit easier as Andrews takes the call. The run around. Fu goes down the back. Gabriel, Page, Deteri running options. Slade gets into the heavy traffic, hits hard. Will they keep it coming the same way? They do. Andrews, they've got some strong ball carriers. Natixis club. And they don't seem too worried about using them and using them a lot. Penalty. Referee Rodden. Just telling the club players to put the pin in it. As we come across to almost 12 minutes in the game and a second scoreable opportunity for Nate Deteri. So he sets up the kick on goal. Well, Hong Kong Rugby Union takes a break after this match. This is the final game before we hit the Christmas New Year's Eve turn. And all players will be thinking about getting away to some sunny paradise. As well as that, 2017 beckons to be a bumpy year for rugby, and especially rugby fans in Asia, as rugbypass.com brings all lovers of the game the Six Nations in 2017. Deteri's kick through the uprights, and it is Natixis club leading Kowloon 6-0. As Nate Deteri slots his second penalty of the match. Kowloon now to a 6-0 lead. Certainly possession and territory has been all a one-way street at the moment. Kowloon, the best seat in the house, as they've been watching the Natixis club make all the play. Neville with the restart. Taken by Slade. Page has Andrews standing off if he wants to use him. Afu, he picks up. Melford's there with him on the shoulder. Page looking again. Deteri. Good, strong, crisp passing from club, and that's a shame. But good hustling defence from Kowloon, creating the option, creating the mistake. So Kowloon take the loose head and feet advantage. And what would seem a good, positive attacking position. Kowloon set piece at scrum time. It's been quite solid. We saw it come under pressure a couple of times against the cricket club. Stood up to the test against Scottish. Let's see how it fares now against a well-drilled football club. Strong drive by football club, and they blow Kowloon off the ball. Gabriel takes it away. Finds Melford now. Page gives it a bit more width. Ball is back, and referee Rodden awards club the penalty, and that is a strong message being sent to the Kowloon team. As football club look well and truly on for this. Good strong effort at the scrum. Creates the penalty turnover for the football club. Ominous signs for Kowloon. We've seen them under the pump before. It's a team with a lot of character. Andrews quickly off the top, Page wide, snap ball into the midfield. Powerful driving defence. Pick and go by Gabriel, it looks like. Page looking for the ball, advantage though. And a scrum feed to Natixis club. Still in the right part of the paddock. Coach Phil Bailey will be looking on. Quietly happy with the start from his team. As they get away to a good start. Slowly building the pressure, not just on the scoreboard, but potentially in the hearts and minds of the Kowloon opposition. Page to feed. Under the feet of Slade. Shuffles it forward and he breaks and they go to the right hand side. Terry lays it up nicely. Strong run by Jamie Lauder. Melford now on the burst and he breaks halfway through, goes to ground. Opportunity building here for the football club. Club through Andrews, releases, lays it back. Page goes back towards the sticks. Melford there again, showing a tremendous work rate early on. Page, Afu, Slater's on hand. Short side play they go now. Groves lays it up. Andrews tries the shimmy shakedown. A lot of hookers will. Page now finds Groves. Melford for the try line. Melford scores. Well, relentless pressure. And they've managed to keep the ball alive. And now looking sharp and crisp. The Natixis club. That might be one of the better constructed tries we've seen on the Game of the Week broadcast. As the football club claimed 5 points with the kick to come, 11-0 over Kowloon. 18 and a half minutes gone in the first half, almost through the first quarter. Lovely period of play for club. Continuity was good. Melford's break early in that sequence of plays on the far side set the Kowloon defence back. And they were able just to keep runners on the ball. Nice touch from Jamie Lauder on the far side as the Terry's kick goes wide. And 11 points the buffer now for Natixis club over Kowloon. Watch Kowloon slowly make their way back to the half, and they're used to scrapping Kowloon, so it'll be difficult to say that they have their heads hanging, but it's been a quality start by football club. Certainly the friends and family, the club guys and the supporters at the Sportsman's Bar will be delighted to see a performance so far that's worthy of the surroundings. The ball stripped and comes back to Kowloon, who take the advantage again on a good part of the pitch. So an opportunity for Kowloon straight off the kick. So often we see the scoring team just make that little error straight off the kick-off. It's very Mexted, the great All Black, would say. It's about mental toughness. So, scrum set. Another big shove by football club, and this time deemed illegal by the Taranawit referee, Matthew Rodden. Not with the same amount of control as that first tight head, and so Neville steps forward to take a shot on goal. Certainly his team will be hoping that he's on target. Neville, he's been a form horse for Kowloon, and certainly in the club competition. The last 3 weeks, Neville's kick successful. Kowloon on the board, 11 points to 3. Kowloon trail club by 8 points. So, off the duck, which I'm sure they'll be happy about. But still, the narrative of this game is that the home team has been making all the play as Natixis restarts. Kowloon nudge it off down the park. Neville goes to the air. The response by Natixis. Hanging ball, look at it hang. Neville takes the ball, immediately crunched. Ball's back to Barkley. Rodden again signals things just drifting too high in the contact, and safety being such a priority at all levels of the game. We've seen a lot of penalties dished out over the last 3 weeks for shots that have been incorrect. The game officials are doing their best to make sure concussion doesn't become a problem, and not just Hong Kong rugby, but rugby worldwide. Jamie Tang, Kowloon hooker with the ball, they go wide, it's overthrown, comes back to Mitchie Andrews, he loses it in turn. Kowloon with the ball and fairly solid field position. Stevens, number 8 for Kowloon, lost forward and ball goes to ground. Turoa Stevens, the number 8 for Kowloon. Hustling, bustling, strong number 8. Certainly a good tussle between Stevens and Marcus Slade. These two forward packs, probably better matched than the Kowloon Cricket Club game or the Kowloon Hong Kong Scottish match. It would certainly seem as if club at the moment have the edge. If their performance over 25 minutes has been anything to go by, Page waits at the tunnel. Good solid platform again by club. Slade presents it well. Natixis onto the right foot. Into touch on the full. Kicking himself about that. Gives up good possession now for Kowloon. Kowloon take the line out option. At the 22. Full line out spread by Kowloon. Dragged down. Kowloon into midfield. Neville finds 14. Magic, and is that a try? Matt Rodden thinks so, and a try to number 11. Kinlock, Christopher Kinlock, supporting a good strong run by the right-hand winger, Madgwick. He's come off his wing and right around the field. And he's managed to put Kinlock away. And Kowloon pull back another 5 points. And now the scores are 11 points to 8. The kick to come. Well, just like that, within the space of 10 minutes, Kowloon have swept back on to almost a level footing. Neville's kick from out wide doesn't threaten the uprights, and so Kowloon now only 3 points adrift. There's a couple of mistakes by Natixis Club. Leave the door open for Kowloon, and they bring the scores back to almost evens. Terry with the restart. Secured by Kowloon. There seems to be a little bit more vim and vigour about them up front. Neville shut down on the inside channels. Kowloon happy to work it across the face, opening up the angles for Ollie Barkley, and booming left foot sends the ball down range. Page now to Terry. They move it wide, looking for the space. Seb Alfonsi across the top of that. Good strong defence back on the inside channel. And it is Kowloon who draw the penalty, and referee Rodden wants to have a talk to Gabriel. Obviously need the interpretation skills of Mitch Andrews. He might just be in there to listen. He's a great listener. Some stray use of the foot might be the call. Unfortunately, I don't have the referee's microphone in my ear, so I have to interpret through the use of sign language. There's no problems with Matt Rodden's sign language though. Kowloon on the 22, sweep round the front, try and create a break, and ball's laid back. Cunningham now, shift into midfield. It's scoop back over the top, and Andrews manages to get the ball away, and the exit play for the football club takes him back up to the 10 metre on the far side. Kowloon, they've got the ball, and it's not wanting to work with them at the moment. It's behaving like a bar of wet soap. You want it, you just can't seem to hold on to it. Line out, restart. Zhang. Referee Rodden just setting the table. Zhang finds Lancashire. Mitchie Andrews in there, squabbling for the ball. Great work by Andrews getting in there and tying it up. He's done the dirty work, Mitchie Andrews. And that's a very, very telling turnover within the last 10 minutes of the first half. There's football club pull out another big play. They shut down the Kowloon team, and they take the ball off them at the same time. It's time off now for an injury. Probably a good chance to remind viewers that we have got a magnificent year of rugby union ahead of us, and of course no year in Hong Kong rugby would be complete without the Hong Kong Sevens, and this year is part of the Hong Kong Sevens Rugby Week, the Hong Kong Sevens kickoff concert. Thursday 6th of April at the Sevens Village opposite the Hong Kong Stadium. Many of you would have been past it. It'll be headlined by British pop legends. Madness is coming to Hong Kong. Some would say it's been here for quite a while. But Madness will be joined by the Mod Gods from the Jam, featuring British rock icon Bruce Foxton. Tickets from ticketflap.com. Early bird tickets $3.88. Get your tickets now from ticketflap.com. Get one of the early bird tickets at $388. And on Thursday, the 6th of April, you'll be joining the fun at the Sevens Village there in So Kum Po for Madness, and from the Jam, Bruce Foxton. Plenty of action to kick off a magnificent Sevens weekend. The Hong Kong Sevens. We look forward to you being here. And if you're in Hong Kong, you're very lucky indeed. We'd love to get our visitors in the first week of April. An absolute must. The party that started the party, the Hong Kong Sevens. Back to the action. Page. De Terry. Shut down on the inside. Good, strong, powerful run by Club. Afu shifts it quickly. Groves. He carts it on. Locked on. Unfortunate for Kowloon. It was a good tackle, and the attack on the ball just about paid dividends. And it wasn't to be. Good strong run by number 12 for Club, Ben Axton Barrett. As we come into the final 5 minutes of the first half, 11 points to 8, the rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership Game of the Week. Live on rugbypass.com here from the Hong Kong Football Club in Happy Valley, Hong Kong. Live from the island. Great work by the Natixis clubs. Look at them keep it together, the control up front. Outstanding work by Slade at the back. They've drawn the penalty advantage away from Kowloon as the scrum becomes untidy. Page has given the donkey drop, and Terry runs onto it, but it's taken by Burry, and talented referee Rodden will bring them back. Super work by the Natixis club forwards there. And for Kowloon, that will be a bit of a heartbreaker. There's the Terry. Says, line those sticks up, please. Give me the tee. And that was a power play by the home team as they using control and discipline and technique. Put the heavy on Kowloon and walk them off down the pitch about 15 metres to Terry now. His kick strong off the foot, glides high, no problem for distance, and it just veers off course. Burry looking for the quick play and the restart. It won't happen. And so Kowloon, who really haven't been in the half too much at all, will restart from their own 22. They won't be entirely happy with the first 40. They can't be too unhappy because they're only at the moment 3 points down. Fielded by club and brought back. Page. Andrews again with the ball, and look at him running. The short wheelbase of Mitchie Andrews. Very tough to deal with. And Page now. Page finds Slade. And there are numbers. Groves picks and goes. Lays it back. Food, the distributor. Axton Barrett. Under contact on the ground. Page just somewhat disrupted. Kowloon have managed to scramble a turnover, and Barkley kicks them out of trouble one more time. So Meninga moves the ball on. Alfonsi. Seb Alfonsi now ball in hand, and he goes to ground. Football club a little bit slow to get numbers back. Eventually they're there, and now they start the wheel turning again, and that's a great ball by Terry. Ball back in, and here's Andrews. Puts the foot down. Gabriel takes on Cunningham. Comes off second best. Lays it back. Melford finds Terry. They keep it coming. Club. Good defence though from Madgwick, and the Kowloon side managed to shut the play down, but it's a penalty they've given away. It's potentially the call for offside, and in fact it was. Gives the Natixis club the opportunity to head up the tunnel with another score under the belt. Well, a good sequence of play there for both teams. But again, I mentioned his name already tonight. Mitch Andrews proving to be a real handful. Explosive, dynamic hookup. He obviously is giving them a lot at scrum time and around the park. He's worrying Kowloon as well as he carries and offloads. And Terry, some 25 metres closer than he was 3 minutes ago, lines up a kick well within his reach. Terry's kick successful, and at the not quite at the break, referee Rodden says there's still time to play in the first half. 11 points to 8 is now 14 points to 8. After the penalty kick successful from Nate to Terry, Jack Neville's restart. Andrews beaten to the kick, but it falls nicely for club, and they'll be willing to chance their arm again. Natixis club, they push it along the face of the tackle line, and Meninga taken in a strong tackle, but does well to offload it. Axton Barrett puts the ball down range and says to Kowloon, we're going to have to come from deep, and Kinloch gets the game going. Show and go, taken well by Melford. Barkley making himself a target, takes it, shovels it. Neville, Burry goes. Good strong run by Burry, and it's a penalty. Some distance back into the middle of the pitch. And referee Rodden not happy. Played a fairly long advantage too. It's the cunning head of Ollie Barkley coming into play there. So often his first receiver puts it on the left foot, kicks him down range, went with the passing option. Jack Neville puts it into touch, and at the half-time break on the rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership Game of the Week, it's Natixis Club leading Kowloon 14 points to 8. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to rugbypass.com, and this, the final rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership game of the week between Natixis Club and the Blue and White Hoops, and competition scalp takers at the moment, Kowloon. 14 points to 8, Natixis Club lead Kowloon, and this week the commentary brought to you by the Doghouse in Wan Chai on Lockhart Road. Number one rugby watching venue in Wan Chai. We'll be sneaking down to the Doghouse for a festive drink not too long after the conclusion of this match, as Natixis prepares to restart and does, under the watchful eye of Tanawit referee Matt Rodden. Jack Neville replies, back to Lauder. Finds Meninga. Now it's Afu. Crashes the Kowloon tackle line. Page's distribution's been very crisp. Kowloon managed to turn it over. They'll be looking for a much stronger start to the second half. They were pretty much blown away. Burry to Barkley, and he takes the line on. The knock-on advantage comes back Kowloon's way, and at least they've started the second half with the ball in hand. Yes, well and truly beaten to the punch by Club in the first 40 minutes. They've got themselves out to an 11-0 lead before Kowloon managed to claw back the points, courtesy of a Neville penalty. And a try to Kinlock. But the first 40 minutes really was a good display, certainly in the opening 20 by the Natixis Club, as their forwards really got in on the action through the likes of Mitch Andrews, Richard Melford, Afu, Groves, Gabriel, and Marcus Slade at the back. And at set piece time in the scrum, they really were handing out a lesson to the visitors from the peninsula, the men from Kowloon. Comes back and Stevens breaks off, but it's Rodden signalling at Kowloon and bringing it down. And the way they were getting reeled back, it's probably no surprise as Natixis takes another shot on goal. Looks at the opportunity to take the points out to, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. That's right. Not here for my mathematics. Natixis, very strong pivot player. Distributing well. He's certainly a factor on defence. Outstanding kick from Natixis. Moves the Natixis club to 17, Kowloon on 8. And they get clear of that 7-point buffer. And the Natixis club keep that scoreboard ticking. We're back at the football club on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, for the final game of the Women's Rugby World Cup 2017 qualifier. So we get ready for a great clash between Asian champions Japan and home nation Hong Kong. Be with us here at the football club for what will be a riveting game of women's rugby union. Two very well matched teams, and certainly it'll be the accuracy and ruthlessness of Japan versus the tenacity and courage of Hong Kong, as both teams battled it out to see who qualifies 1 and 2 for Dublin in the 2017 Women's Rugby World Cup. 4:30 is the kickoff. If you're in Hong Kong, be with us at the football club this Saturday to cheer on Hong Kong as they take on the might of Japan in the Women's Rugby World Cup 2017 qualifying match, game 3. Page feeds it. Just inch up the pressure and it's Slade releases. Page through the right foot. Pushes the angle down. Shuts the angle down for Berry. To Terry. Page looking for a target. Fu. Deftly around the first tackler. Page. To Terry. Threads the gap. Cunningham decides to leave it off to Neville. Thunders it down park. Fonzie finds Nate to Terry, and to Terry thumps it off into touch. So that's some gain for Kowloon. Yes, great performance from Hong Kong in game 1 of the qualifying series. Saw them take down Fiji. Japan replied against Fiji a few nights later with a resounding win, 55 points to 0. Would have been more if they'd made some kicks. Hong Kong and Japan look very evenly matched. So it's with great anticipation we look to Saturday. Melford, strong in the air. Maul head set up by Club, taken to ground by, looks to be one of the front row forwards for Club. Hard to see who that was, but it's Berry takes the kick, and there's his reply, and now Club will go looking for space. Terry takes Barkley with him as they go to ground. Page. Melford heads strongly by Jamie Zhang. Still with Club though. And good work. Just a little bit of chat. You don't even have to really say anything these days. If you roll your eyes, you'll probably get marched 10 metres. If you defriend someone on Facebook, I'll get a yellow card. Neville knocks it down and into touch, and Kowloon take the advantage of territory. They get the put into the line out with it as well. So referee Rodden just making sure everything is just shut, just so. Down the back and trying to set up the maul, and they do. And Zhang, and now they just drive it forward. They nudge it forward. Could be there for Zhang to break off. They keep it in, and he does, Zhang, he does. He explodes away, and he ends up within 10 metres of the line, and it's another pick and go by Kowloon. And now they'll try, and they're close on defence of Club. Cunningham. Stevens standing off, looking for the option. He's strong around the fringe, waiting for him, though. Such a threat. Most of the guys will drift to someone like Tudor Stevens. Short side, they bring it back. Pick and go by Kowloon. Pick is going nowhere. Short range effort again. In close, they thunder away. Kowloon. Now they break. Neville. Kinlock. 3 metres from the line. Referee Rodden puts his hand in the air and blows time off. Looks as an injury, or potentially there's a flag. So he goes over to confer. Referee Rodden and his assistant referee taking some time to discuss the play they saw in front of them. The referees go through the process, as they do. Now, thanks to the Doghouse for bringing you the call today for the rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership game of the week. The Doghouse down on Lockhart Road. It's a starting point for the Hong Kong Sevens. You probably want to slip a few in there before heading to the kick-off concert on the 6th of April. And the result is again what looks to be use of the foot. And it's the home team, the football club, who managed to come up with a penalty, and they kick it away to touch. And I think they're happy about it too. Not a great kick from Natixis. It's all about having the ball. Rugby union, can't score without it. It's well taken by Groves. Page, Slade over the first one. When I say over, I mean right over. Groves driving. Page, great ball. Andrews was going to give it to Mr. Nobody. And they carry it now away from their 22 with confidence. Fu, Groves shows it, spins out of the first. Gets the big leg striding and takes them forward. Page now, Terry. Axton Barrett. Down to Tom Burry, the fullback position for Kowloon. He sends it downtown. Now to Terry with time. Runs it off and into the 22s. Kinlock has to turn and threads the needle, and into touch it goes. Line out restart for the home side. As we work our way past 50 minutes. Club leading 17-8, short play. They play on. Perhaps Club looking to push the tempo a little bit. They spread it wide. Alfonsi into contact on the far side. And Kowloon bundle them into touch. Take the advantage also of the throw into the line out. So, Natixis Club possibly making all the right moves there. as they decided to keep the ball in hand and move it around. Great to see some enterprise. Both these teams at the moment certainly are not afraid of throwing the ball around. Here's Zhang. Feeds the line out. Box kick. Chasing hard as Madgwick. Alfonso gets away from him. Terry turns it on them. Spins and goes. Now he goes wide to Jamie Lauder, and Lauder goes on the outside of Burry, and Lauder keeps going, and ultimately he's tracked down and slammed into touch by Jack Neville. Superb play by Nate Terry. It looked like he'd left it behind him, but he was able to spin, regather the ball, gain his feet again, and get going in the right direction. We know that Jamie Lauder's got some pace. He's got plenty of pace, in fact. He just ran out of room. The covering defence from Kowloon was able to come across and stop the play. Now they're defending their try line, and Cunningham's looking for some room and can't find it. And through they come. There's some obstruction, might have been the call. Possibly. Rodden calls time off again, and an opportunity for Kowloon to suck in some deep breaths. They won't be comfortable being down on their own line. Change is made for Kowloon. Neville's kick off the touch. Well, one of the big parts of the Hong Kong rugby year is the New Year's Day festival, and celebrating its 50th year in 2017. The 1st of January for the last 50 years has been the annual New Year's Day Youth Tournament, and it's celebrating a big birthday as we watch Hickson Smith get up and go again. Big strong man, possibly not releasing will be the call for that. And referee Rodden, well, he's not much for talk, and he's not much for a lack of discipline, and Mitch Andrews has been told to send the official memo to the squad to shut it. Resulting kick for touch. Sets Kowloon up now. Nice part of the paddock. That defence from the home side at line out time has been pretty stoic. As Jamie Zhang looks for his target, and they keep it short and low, so they're playing the game as well. Crash ball. Phillips is on at halfback now. Brendan Phillips from an elbow injury after turning it inside out. Not a very nice thing to do. He is delivering the ball. Neville, Barkley. Immediately wrapped up by three of the club players, driven back soundly. Phillips checks his step, takes it into the space. Now, Kowloon again. Held strongly in the tackle line. Neville takes them on. Beats the first couple. Now he gets them going backwards. If they clean this quickly, they'll have them on the back foot. Phillips looks downrange, takes the option for territory. And it's a top nudge by the Kowloon number 9. And they'll be happy with that as he swings Kowloon down deep into club territory. And club now forced to defend and clear their own line. So, a touch there by Neville. Shows his strength. And then an equally nice touch there from Phillips. Finds the territory. Taken well by Groves. Page. Slade it was. They open up the angle for Nate Natixis. They move the set piece a few yards down the line. They don't really move themselves into much better position as the hour comes up on the clock. Second front row change for Kowloon as 18 Adam Fulgrave enters the fray. Zhang with the throw to come. The call today again brought to you by the Doghouse. All sports catered for. You can see a lot of rugby at the Doghouse. And you can see a lot of rugby on rugbypass.com, home of the Six Nations in 2017. Barkley goes wide. Kinlock, they get over the top of him. Stray boot comes through. I'm going to call for accidental offside. Referee Rodden signals substitutions coming into the match. And double substitution being made by Football Club. Here's Niall Rowick, makes his way onto the pitch. And I think he moves straight to fullback. Number 16, Leon Way, who made the shift over from the Valley Club during the off-season, now packs down. And loose head prop for Club, Phillips. Feeds, the shove comes on, they've blown them straight off, so the impact of Way immediate. Slade drags it off the back. Page finds the Terry. Exton Barrett. And the penalty taken. So there's no doubt about it. After 60 minutes of play, it's pretty much official. And the Natixis Club have certainly got the upper hand in the scrum set piece. And they're making life difficult for Kowloon at line-out time as well. We've seen Kowloon spoil the line-outs of much bigger packs, particularly the Cricket Club. And they pretty much humbled them at Aberdeen. Football Club's enthusiasm at the set piece has been pretty evident, as the 17-8 scoreline would suggest. Taken well by Groves, thrown well by Mitchell to Terry. Axton Barrett, Way pushes off the first one. Big, powerful man, Leon Way. Certainly another front row forward that when he gets a break, he can trot them in from a long way out as well. Page, Groves Takes the attention of Stevens. Turai Stevens. Now, Gabriel. Page finds Terry. Runner up nice and flat. Burry across and good defence. Kowloon fullback well positioned. The ball's still in play. Pick and goes the call. Mitch Andrews drives the ball carrier out. Turnover for the football club. They'll take the line out throw just inside the Kowloon half. Out one. Terry almost completely loses it. How he got it back, we don't know, but it actually has been turned over now. Barkley shovels it on and they get it out to Kinloch, who had to just to find the shin of Josh Meninga. Kowloon just struggling to find that spark. 3 games in just over 2.5 weeks. The demanding part of the Hong Kong season. Go down the back and it's claimed well by Kowloon, and Neville brings Kinloch into the action. He's taken fairly solidly. Phillips not releasing is the call. An opportunity, one would think, for Jack Neville to come in and eye up the posts. They may look for another 3 points, or they chance their arm and go for the touch. Neville lines up the touch line, and indeed they will. So Kowloon showing their cards inside the final 15 minutes as they make the decision to chase down the win. RugbyPass.com, Hong Kong Premiership Game of the Week, coming into you from RugbyPass.com, home of the 2017 Six Nations. Get your subscriptions now, ladies and gentlemen. Get them while they're hot. Club Defence on the 22. Very, very stoic, and they've done extraordinarily well there, the home side, to snuff out any potential Kowloon attack. Well, they've been very physical and very fierce in the tight work, and they'll be happy at front 5. And they have done the job today. Well, they're certainly in the process of doing it. 9 points the lead. This Page stands at the ready. The final match for the 2016 period of this RugbyPass.com Premiership here in Hong Kong. As we go to the Christmas New Year break, to Terry to the left foot. Kick themselves up and out of trouble. Football club. Kowloon to regroup and look for a way through. It has so far proven to be a club defence who is more than willing Zhang off the top. Well, Phillips, they look to go wide. Neville puts the big fend out. It gets through a couple of defenders, but club line forms up quickly. Good run by Madgwick. Pick and go by Cunningham. They'll need to clear that out if they can, as quick as they can. Phillips lays it back on the inside for Zhang. And they go back. It's a small cultural exchange between Leon Way and the Welshman, Bryn Phillips. Probably doesn't get the chance as a teacher of children to talk back to too many people. I know that's the curse of the halfback. Always got plenty of yap. Although logical convention says don't talk back to a front rower for any reason. Kowloon. Now they form up the ball here and truck and trailer the claw. The cunning play by football club. And some might say it was just potentially poorly set up by Kowloon, but just the feeling that just is not Kowloon's evening as we come up to the final 10 minutes. It's called the night, brought to you by the Doghouse. Lockhart Road, Won Chai. One of Hong Kong's premium rugby venues. It's a great sports bar. And it's certainly a good spot to start off any action during the Hong Kong Sevens. Page feeds the scrum. Finds to Terry. Axton Barrett. Drives. Look at him struggling away. He's not making it easy for Ollie Barkley. Barkley, though, superb effort by Kowloon. They've kept him up, but he's found the ground. And Ollie Barkley laying out a bit of energy there as it comes back to Terry, and his touch finder drags them up range, well, certainly away from their 22, kills off some good yards. A reminder about the 6th Hong Kong Games, where Rugby Sevens will be showcased at next year's Hong Kong Games as an exhibition sport. If you're between the ages of 18 and 25, a chance to represent your district next April. Check out hkrugby.com for more info. That's the 6th Hong Kong Games where you can be playing Rugby Sevens for your district. And Sevens becomes an exhibition sport. Check out hkrugby.com for more info. As well as that, you can go on site to see the table, the results from the fixtures previous. As well as that, check out the information around the kick-off concert on the 6th of April at the Sevens Village opposite the National Stadium. Madness, and From the Jam playing. Two iconic outfits. It'll be outstanding to see Madness playing. Might have to put in some fitness work to keep up with the dancing. Phillips feeds, comes back, Stevens, caught, held by 3 of them. Stevens struggling to get to ground, ultimately gets there. And referee Rodden deems Kowloon taking possibly the smallest of advantages going forward. They claim the ball again under extraordinary pressure. Turoa, Stevens did well to hold that and resist the claims coming in from the likes of Gabriel. Ultimately got himself to ground. Referee Rodden will blow the reset. He'll be wanting to see a lot more stability than that up front. Certainly won't be happy with any kind of early pushing. Here's a stick lip. That's fine. This is giving everybody a fair chance. Taylor DeWitt, referee. At Rodden. One of the top whistlers, not just in Hong Kong, but in the wider Asian region. Phillips. Feeds the scrum. Stevens finds a gap. Stevens up and over. Almost through. JB Lauder. Phillips decides to go right up the guts. Now it's Kowloon. Look at them fight. Dragging it up to the 22. Cunningham. Midfield set. Phillips on hand. Snaps it to Neville. Ball stripped off Ali Barkley as he loses it forward. And the attack snuffed out. But finally, some urgency in that Kowloon pack. And with roughly 5 minutes left to play, can they take a 7-point play and potentially set up a dramatic finish? It would be unfair if they did. Football club performance tonight, particularly in that first 20 minutes, was sparkling. It's been a dour and tough second half. That's not their fault. Kowloon got plenty of pluck. Certainly, football club have done well to maintain this 9-point gap. One feels they deserve a few more points than that. Terry's kick. Burry, he's been under things all night and he picks up and runs, and what a great gain by the robust Tom Burry. Phillips, Neville back on the inside. Football club defence, mighty. Phillips, Neville from inside his own half. Deaf ball back to Kinlock from Barkley. Same way play. Trying to find some channels. Phillips looking for a first receiver. Stevens. Grabbed by the ankle by Melford, who stays down. Looks like a stinger on the shoulder perhaps. Neville goes wide. Now Kowloon onto the attack. Over the top of that. Phillips there. Looking for space. Neville. Barkley finds Madrick. Stevens wide on the far side. Melford up and makes a tackle again. Shaking off the injury. Fullgrave now for the 22. Not held, and he spins out and keeps going. Phillips. Neville finds Barkley. They go wide again. Kowloon threatening. Late in the match. Phillips finds Lancashire. Play goes a little flat. Bryn Phillips, he's looking for options. Kinlock gets himself into the action. They need some more effort out of this Kowloon pack. Phillips, Cunningham. Cunningham takes on Terry. Terry tries to strip the ball. Phillips wheels back. They take the penalty. Surely that'll be a tap and go. Kinlock tries them on. And referee Rodden tells him to woe up. So club, who might have been just caught on the back heel there, perhaps A little bit lucky. Referee Rodden stopped that tap and go, but it wasn't from the mark, and Jack Neville steps forward, calls for the tee. Must be a fairly quick shot on goal as Kowloon look to track down the win, needing 9 to win. This will take the deficit to 6 if it's successful. Jack Neville through the uprights it goes, and Kowloon claim back 3 more points. And as we look at the clock, only a few minutes, well, 1 minute, not even that, plus some injury time. It's possibly around 3 minutes and change as football club just wander back, and referee Rodden blows time off. Slowing tactics, won't stand for it. Kowloon 11, football club 17. And Kowloon it is, who one would think are just going to throw all caution to the wind as Stevens returns the restart. Leon Way drives through the point and disrupts the ball on the ground. Kinloch gets the ball. Phillips looking for the runners. Neville up and through. Neville going, and now he gets it away. Kowloon break out down to the half and then taken. They need some support on ball. Burry gets it and brings it back towards a commentary position. Kinloch. Kowloon running out. Phillips gets in on the action. Stevens can't hold it. Neville. Barkley. Strong run again from Kowloon. What a finish coming up. Bryn Phillips, Neville with the quick hands. Barkley into contact. Cunningham and company over the top of it. Phillips looking. Leon Way just getting in the way. Kowloon. What to finish could be on the cards here. Neville, full grade. Phillips again. They go wider. Kinloch brings it back to the safety of the 5 metre line. Stevens takes them on, and they embed channel, and they strip the ball away. Jamie Lauder puts it on the right foot. Is it in touch? It goes into touch. Referee Rodden brings them back. And potentially it's football club who are going to get the advantage from it. Lost forward will be the call. Time off. Well, could be a case of too much, too little, too late. Kowloon, if they get the ball back, it certainly will be the final play. From the 22, they swept down to the club 22 with desperation. The rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership game of the week. Are we looking at another cliffhanger finish from Kowloon as now they put the squeeze on up front, and it's taken away by Slade under pressure. Kowloon, finally the engine fires up. Leon Way, they'll look to do the tick-tock here. Club as they're held up, they hold him up. They've done well to hold him up, and Stevens has taken the ball, and Kowloon have the ball. Phillips now. Barkley juggles it. Strong on his feet, and they get in, they drive in behind him, and Phillips looks for the ball. The penalty is there for Kowloon. And again, the call is to go slow. Question will be, do we have time for the line out? My word, Kowloon. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff. Tap and go. Cunningham. Cunningham takes them on. Phillips now. Sits, waits, watches. Stevens drives the hip in. Settling play. Phillips tries to get the wraparound going. Full grave, I think it was. Now they break out. No way through. Club defence holds. Dang. Dang tries to keep the play going. Ball is slow, static ball. Madgwick comes off his wing. Now they drive it up. Kowloon ball. Phillips finds Neville. Berry comes into the line. There's plenty of space for Barkley. Kinlock decides to bring it back in. He's met by Mitchie Andrews. Phillips looks to play the short side. Barkley straight for the gap. They go over the top of him. Through they come. Phillips has a nip and he loses the ball back. Loses it forward. And that might be all it takes for a football club. Meninga reaches in, finds Rowick. No, Rowick kicks it into touch. And it is Natixis club who end the run of Kowloon before Christmas. And away will not be going to the break with another scalp in the chest as Natixis club hold out a hard finishing Kowloon. 17 points 11 in the rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership Game of the Week. Well, the final 5 minutes. Look, someone grabbed the defibrillator and just decided to put a few volts through the game, and that finish was enough to put you on the edge of the seat as Kowloon changed the face of the game with a simple penalty to bring them within 6 points. And suddenly it was game on as Kowloon tried to chase down the win in the final few minutes. The Natixis club, however, through the start of a very strong 20 minutes in the first half, set the foundation for a good win. The set piece was powerful all night. Line out worked well, but it really was the scrum that created all the problems for Kowloon as the Natixis club put the shove on and drove them off the ball on quite a few occasions. 17 points to 11, the Natixis club take the game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the 2016 half of the rugbypass.com Hong Kong Premiership. When we return in 2017, will it be a brand new ball game? Who knows? My thanks today to the Doghouse for their support on the commentary. We'll see you down there for one, I'm sure, as we leave the teams showing great sportsmanship here at the Hong Kong Football Club. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on rugbypass.com. On behalf of the production team, this is Jed Thyan signing off from the Hong Kong Football Club in Hong Kong.